All right. Welcome or welcome back, anybody who is watching. Hmm. Still kind of getting used to the whole camera in my face and trying to talk and address things. So, anyway, that's the point. Point is, here to finish painting. So, the other days we've got through and we painted the backgrounds on this one as well as these two here. Okay. And now we're just going to go through, and then yesterday went through and painted some of these other pieces here, these extraneous pieces that we'll be eventually gluing to the surface, to our backing board, to our background here. Anyway, but before then, of course, we got to paint it all. So let's set these aside. Okay. We're going to start off with these red pieces here. Need to clean up. Zoom in on that a bit. Okay. You see, I got some leftover burrs or whatever. Just some of the board that didn't go all the way through. I did use some new settings, new board. Worked pretty well. I think I just need to juice it up just a little bit more to kind of that final bit punch through. Trying to clean this up with this blade here. I don't know if this is the best way. Usually, what I do instead of the X-Acto knife is I get a file. So this is just something I was trying. Looks like it's going to create more of a mess. It's kind of flaking off more of it than I wanted to, and kind of roughing up, other surfaces as I go. So what I've usually done, take a file like this, file, cuticle file, I guess, whatever you call that. Seems a little bit faster too. So now it looks a little better. And just lightly, I'm not trying to be too aggressive with it. This one's not too bad. Now see, this is what I'm talking about with wiping it off before you start. This one, a lot of it, if I can make one pass with the laser cutter, it's not too bad, but the MDF usually requires me to take two, because it's so dense. But doing that, I believe it causes it to kind of char some of the stuff it's passed by before. It gives you that kind of effect, or gives you that leftover char on the outside of it. So when you're handling it, especially when you're going to paint it, that's going to be a problem. You get that mixed in with your paint, and some paint's more forgiving than others, but it's just better don't do it. You know what I mean? Avoid at all costs. You don't have to deal with it. And I'm just trying to wipe off. I've been handling them quite a bit throughout this. So most of it I've gotten off, but I'm just going to go ahead and wipe off the rest of it. believe I'm missing some pieces from here, which is a bit strange. I didn't remember moving any of that around. Ah, you know what? That's the stuff I've got set off to the side. That's just painted white. I'm being dense. This is not going to be white. This is going to be red. Good. There we go. These are actually going to be red. Okay. We're going to do the same thing we did yesterday. Makes it a little bit easier without having to hold them. Go. Oop. Can we get this to work? Last little bit? Probably not. That's okay. I wonder if that'd be good enough. Be good enough for me. I don't know why, but even half that out there, that's entirely too much. That's probably all I needed right there. Well, maybe a little bit more, but or not. I mean, yeah, we need to go over it one more time after this. That's pretty good. See, it just grabs it. No problem. Hold that just a little bit. And give that a few seconds, a couple minutes, whatever. See. Sure. It's like there's a lot of gray in that brown. I don't like that at all. Let's see if I find something else. Okay. Well, I found something. Now I just hope it's enough. I think so. I don't think I'll need too much. Yeah, we should be able to get to the red. Still looking a little dingy, so I want that to kind of pop a little. Red is here on the plate on the palette rather, not the plate. And thank you for anybody that's been joining or watching along. I appreciate it. Um, Hope that this is helping somebody else with one of their projects or otherwise entertaining them. I'm trying to work on the entertaining part. I can do that okay in person when I've got people. It is different when you're talking to somebody that's not in the room or may not even be listening, not at the moment. Or hell, I mean, they may never listen ever. You don't know. But it's different. I think you get used to hearing yourself. Well, my personal setup, I'm with my headphones. Uh, I don't hear anything else, and I also don't have the audio piped back in. Um, that lag would just throw me off. But but yeah. So I have a hard time even hearing myself. Um, I don't know. As I loosen up and get more comfortable, I know it better. A little more active, a little more exciting. Um, a little more goofy sometimes. I'm a goofy person when I want to be. Um, but yeah, I'll be started doing this recently. I'm gonna start posting them to YouTube. Right now, just some unedited videos. So I do plan on posting more content at some point and edit it down some. Actually put a little more work into it. But just kind of getting things set up on this side. The content capturing, content capturing. Um, Once that's good, then the rest of it will kind of fall in line. But yeah, and I just work on a variety of stuff, a variety of content. You know, do whatever you guys like, right? Whatever you guys want to see, as long as I'm doing it. Thanks for the reason. As long as it's something I enjoy doing, I'm not going to be one of those guys that goes out of my way to just do whatever. Whatever everybody wants you to jump through hoops for. Never been that type of person, and I plan on it now. So, okay. And I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it pops quite as much. Good. Maybe one more. I don't know. But we'll wait on that, and we'll come over do these. Let me go ahead and get some more tape. I guess I could just do these on top of. Well, they'll still just kind of the sponge. Okay. Give me just a moment. I'll grab some more tape. Believe that should be fine. No one's up yet. away with. And we're not going to do that. Use the brush multiple times, and I think I can. That wouldn't break. Let's see. Let's do the brush. Doesn't always matter. I like using the bottom just because it's got more surface area. I've got a little bit to paint here, and I've got some bigger pieces to paint after this. After this color. So once I get done with these, I'll end up using the other side of the brush. So right now I'm using the thin size. I still use the flat side of here. Get a good surface area. Once this dries up a little bit or turns that out, I can use this side of it also pretty easily. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, and on this one, trying to remember, I believe the way that it's done is this is white here. There's going to need to be a white, a little bit of white right there in the middle. Now, usually, my designer's a little bit nicer to me than that. Doesn't be getting cranky. I must have to start giving more than peanuts, I guess. I didn't really want to. You know how much peanuts are costing these days? It's doing okay. What's going to help this is because the MDF is brown. Um, it won't take as many layers. You know, you're not really fighting to get past that to go with it, so that's nice. Now you can still get some of it. Depends. Get some dark speckles and stuff like that. So you may still see some of that. You may want to get rid of that. In which case, you just keep layer it up a little bit. Um, I do like it when the wood tone works with the color. Just makes things easier. Oop, careful there. Down there, just go slow so you don't paint over something by accident. I make a bunch of mistakes, but when it comes to put myself in a situation where I might have to redo it, no, I'll most likely definitely slow down. Most likely, definitely. I like to. Most likely, definitely. I think I'm pushing my luck. Stuff. Yeah. All right, wait for that to dry a little bit, and hopefully give last of the red coat. That out. It's like we were talking about yesterday. If you don't get it thinned out enough, what can end up happening is you ridging all over it. Um, it's just not able to spread it out enough. So, like anything else, you just goop it up too much. And think about what would be a good example for any people that bake, make cookies or something out with some batter, and you pull it out and it's real goopy. You know, trying to avoid pulling all of the batter out with it. But if you get too much batter on there in the first, you're not going to be able to help it. Okay, maybe it's not the best analogy. But I think my brain is just kicking over into rambling mode. So nobody in the chat room at the moment. So it's just ramble time. Just kind of go on and on and on, as if everybody was in the room listening to every word you had to say, all hanging on my every syllable. Or asleep. I would be asleep. I would be asleep. Okay. I think that's looking a lot better. So let's go back over to the brown. Not as dry as I would like it to be, but I think we'll just start on the left and go to the right. By that point, okay, with some of that. Right? Yeah, maybe. And these are already looking nice. Got a nice shaded darker. A lot closer to what we have on the screen there, I believe. Like to match. Matchy matchy. That's looking pretty good. Pretty uniform across all the pieces. Maybe this that. Okay. Definitely more paint, I believe. The funny thing is, I know I need like this. I missed a little bit of black somewhere. Ah, way too much. I know I missed a little bit of white in the dot of her eye there. Where did I miss the? Ah, I remember the handle of the golf club. That's right. That's right. We'll do that next. Almost bit. Just a nothing. One of those things that like, oh, I can't believe I missed it. Okay. There we go. Gonna be good. Looks like it's gonna be good, right? I think it's gonna be good. Okay, let's see. It would help if you put it in the right. Oof. We'll say at least the white's going on top. Yikes. Okay. For some reason, I thought it was much, much lower. So what am I going to do here is actually scrape the paint away. Yeah, a little bit better. Definitely don't want to. You want to be careful if you do something like this because you don't want to gouge it out. Start changing the dimensions of it. Now here it may not matter so much, but definitely some other pieces. You're gonna be able to tell. You just put a divot there, so. Need a little more paint, probably because I made a mistake of doing that before it dried, but that's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. Okay. Do the same to these. Okay. All right. Now, I want to get the golf club, and we're going to get the two pieces for the eraser holder, I guess. Okay, so we're going to need this, a little bit of that. I believe a small bit of white as well. Yep. I'll wait to put that up. Let's see. Let's try to do the eye first. So much going on. Just don't like pouring out a whole bunch of excess paint if I can avoid it. Now this one you don't want to get too much. It'd be really hard to get that. Oh, come on. Ay, 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 ay. That's what you should watch out for right there. Okay. Let's see. Hey. No. That's fine. Get off my fingers so I don't spread it. I didn't even know it did that. Just a little bit of dot, just the littlest dot. Out my eye, and I can see. Wait a sec. Oh man, we're touching it. Where did your paint come from? Where did it come from? All right, so that's the things I like to avoid. But apparently, I'm not going to avoid it, so that's good. I mean, just like I said, you just go over it, and we'll try to make sure that. Yeah, there's the bright white that I don't like because it's going to be hard to get it to not shine through. I think I've got just a little bit thicker. Just those spots. It is hard. Picks up a little bit. Takes it with it. And well, getting better. So just wait. See if we can get this little plot here. Now in this case, the makeup sponge is probably the worst choice. It's not that I don't have access to some smaller brushes or something, some actual paint brushes. Just I've gone to dislike the brush strokes on it so much that I guess I just knee-jerk reaction. Stay away from it. Okay. Okay. Need just a little more white here and there. We can do that in between coats of brown to try to touch up the rest of this. We're going to go ahead and up here. Second coat. Make it all nice and consistent. As long as you can get the layers up where the colors looking about the same, that'll help with a lot of the consistency. I find that for me initially it was differing layers and such that if I'd have had a couple more layers on some of it, you wouldn't have noticed. Even if I'd have put 3 layers overall on the whole thing, because the paint at that point was fairly opaque. So once you get past that, then you don't have to worry. It's still a little tacky. This, on the other hand, a lot of times the stuff on here will dry pretty quickly if it's the first coat. The reason that is it's able to absorb into the board. But once that's been kind of blocked off, whether it's hit its limit or whether it hit its limit on the amount of moisture it can absorb, or if there's now a layer that's been dried. Usually after the first one, though, you won't absorb too much. At least that seems to be my experience. Okay. Let's get that little bitty spot there. Gonna have to try a little bit more before I can attempt that. Let's just place that there. All right, and am I pushing it too? Oh, that paint is ready to get onto that golf club. Can't wait. Let's facilitate. Let's facilitate that desire there. Okay. These bottles, especially, it's really easy. The big bottles to pour. When you're dealing with the smaller stuff like this, it's easy to squeeze out quite a bit. I think in this case, smaller ones, smaller pieces. And I tell you, when I first started using this acrylic to paint, it went so much further than I expected. Just a bit to go. It was really surprising. And I still misjudge it. I mean, quite often. So. And the first layer usually dries a bit faster too, because it's sucking in a lot of the moisture from the paint. So, but like I said, that next one, like this one right here, I come back to it too fast and I'm peeling paint. It's just, that's just the way it is. Um, this won't go dry nearly as quickly. It doesn't take forever, and to some degree, you're waiting for it to get just to a certain point of tackiness. So just enough so you're not pulling it off the paint. But it takes a while for acrylics to dry. And, in my experience, sometimes it doesn't seem to ever dry. At least to a point where you can set something on an unfinished piece of work, since it doesn't have any kind of sealant on it or anything, without it, you know, taking something from what you just set on there, or it itself, paint peeling off, ripping off onto whatever you stuck on top of it, laid on top. So, to that regard, it's almost like the stuff never gets dry. And I know that's not exactly what's going on, but close enough, right? Okay. Let's see. Other side there. That's a little dry. I need to get the smallest bit of back here. I think I get this off the cap. Just maybe. I think the red was done, so I think I should have just washed it out. Oh, I think I was planning on using the other side of this for different. There we go. To a point that I don't think it needs another one. I don't think it needs another coat. I think that's it. Some of these colors, man, they really apply well. Okay. Just don't hit it too. I don't know if you can see that a little bit. It's a little bit more yellow. It's got the MDF corner coming through. It is hard to see it on that camera. I've dimmed the lights to try to help with that. I've got to learn. Got to be some other technique that's a little bit easier. Maybe just zooming in on those parts. I need to put something around my camera lens so I can grab that without getting paint all over it. Oh, no. Cool. That's feeling pretty good there. Let's go ahead and move on back over to this. Here. Finally get the last of this blemish that we That was a particularly rough one. I'll try a little bit more. Let's see. Can I? Should I try? Probably more. Question two. Do the. I'm gonna do it. Do the pink. Do the pink. I don't need it all. I need some. See if that works. Okay. There we are. Yeah, I think we need some more. Okay. This last coat of this. Hmm. I think this peeled up a little bit as I was just trying to rush it, so wait for that a little bit. Just a little bitty. There we go. I think that's good. Sure, it's just even texture. All right. Well, nice. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Oh, every time. Just squeeze too hard. Oh well. Let's see. I think we're done. The white, brown, the black. Have a little. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Do we want to get the other side of the sun? No. Should have washed up sooner. Pink paint on my hands, and I just barely touched it into there. I think I got it. Ink is covered. Okay. That does it. All right. Give me a few minutes to rinse up. Okay. Let's see. I think I just realized this one should have been painted this purple. Just gonna get this one out of the way. Okay. So no, usually I don't just dip straight out of the bottle and do that. When you first put down any, especially if you don't put it the palette or anything in between, you don't spread out any of the paint. It all lumps into one spot, and it's just a lot harder to evenly spread it, especially if you don't do it fast enough. So So if you're going to do that way, just be sure that you're aware that you could end up with a clump of paint at one end, not spreading enough. Let that dry up a bit. Last one, see, I don't know. Maybe this would be the better example. Um, it's definitely really splotchy at this end. This side's okay. Now, not as far as the paint drying the way I was talking about, but when the wet paint is pulling up the paint. So I was basically putting down a second coat there. Oh, did I do that one wrong? I was not paying attention. That's what I get. Let's see if I can fix it. Shucks. Let's see how this blue lays down over it. It's going to be the brighter two. Shoot, we did already have that one painted. I should have looked a little closer. Oh, reason I thought, oh well, what I get for thinking. Oh, wait a second. No, it's yeah. The big one for her is purple. This one's blue. These are two different colors. Probably get away with the pink though. But that's what happens sometimes. Hmm. Seems to have dried enough. Luckily, it's purple and not something else. Actually, laying down over it just now. Well, that's some green luck. That's some good fortune, though. Oh, scrape again. Felt it scrape again. Huh. As I was dragging it around, I felt it scrape against something. And I saw that it scraped something, but I'm not sure what scraped it. Weird. Gently dab some of this. Sometimes you can get away with stuff. Some of the stuff I tell not to do just by lightly dabbing on it. You're not pressing too hard, so you're not going to pull the paint up. You're not pressing so little that you're not leaving the. So don't want to leave that goopy ridging that happens. That mistake was fairly easily recoverable. Cool. Edge of that maybe again, but we'll wait for the rest of it. Okay. And knowledge. And we're going to triple check. I did the yellow one over there. Okay. Come on. Plenty. Probably more than plenty. Okay. Almost laid down better than that previous piece, huh? Different board. I usually don't do the detailed paint work on these. Somebody else handles that. I might be doing it soon enough. Just to help out more. But have to take a a finer brush and just slowly go over it. Just be slow and diligent, I guess. I don't know much. I mean, I haven't really done it much myself, so speak to it. But that's going to be the way I approach it. So hopefully that helps. Let's see, a little bit more on this top end. Give it the same surface look. A little more paint on this end. A little bit more of a sheen to it. Trying to work. Okay. Let's see. This is going to be dark blue. Yeah, this guy. That for now. These off my table. The more room, the better. All right. Okay. And this one is like a lavender, looks like. I hope I have a lavender. I'll have to mix it. I don't like mixing if I don't have to. Let's see. I don't believe there's any more green that is. That can go away. Try to keep that tipped over because it's the last bit that I have. More white. Brown. Okay. So, let's see. We got that one to paint still. This one needs to be sanded. These need to be painted. Checking chat here real quick. Didn't see anything. Hopefully, chat's showing correctly for me. I think the other day I was doing unfortunately, it was a sponsored stream. Doing something for Star Trek Fleet Command. Anyway, as I was doing that, I think I found the piece that scraped against. How did that happen? Anyway, as I was streaming that, I was trying to pay attention to the chat and not used to it as much. There was a different point I believe I was going to make there. Oh well. Hard to want to use a new brush when you've got so little to paint. I've already used both sides of this one. Oh, do I have any other pieces of brush? It doesn't appear so. I don't usually keep them laying around. I use them, chop them up as I go, and toss them. Okay. Far more than I need, right? Always more than enough. Oh yeah, way more than what. Since I'm gonna have to, definitely want some more on there. Gonna have to mix these. Let's just sand these first. Come over here, right next to where I'm painting. I'm just gonna use a flat surface, piece of paper. what he said. All right, we've got most of that's off. See? Maybe a little bit here and there, but I mean, just a few seconds gone. And because this is just MDF, you can go any direction you like, whatever works for you. Whatever wears that away. Go. Pretty good. I want to try to apply even pressure across the whole piece. Just get that side there. So you can kind of get it all at once without making it slant any which direction or not. The smaller pieces are probably the way harder to straight up. I mean, surface flat to the sandpaper without catching an edge. And wearing that away instead. Take my time. All right. Easy enough. Those are done. Wipe them off a bit more to make sure. Want a bunch of excess. There we go. Have them over here. Let's see. Did you see them? Maybe you saw them. Let's see. To make sure you see them. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's see what's next. Let's go back to the blue over here. Dark blue that I laid down entirely much of. And second coat. Wheels a second coat. Final coat. It's the final coat. I don't know. Maybe. Could it be? Could be. But I don't know. So, okay. Cool. Those are done. Cleaned up. There we go. All right. Done with that. I think is that all of, no, we need this for that one. Yeah, all three of these are right here. Or all three of them are represented there. Two of the three are represented here. Do these pieces. Okay, one's a pencil yellow and one is a basketball orange. Let's get this stuff out of the way. In just a moment, I got to find my paint mixer. Okay. Well, I guess find. I didn't find the one I was looking for, but I did find one. So we'll go with it. Ah, shoot. Not going to be using these anymore. I'm going to go and rinse these. Be right back. Okay. Well, that would be nice to do right here. I wish I had a sink or something. And glad I found a couple of sponges because I just washed one of the ones I was using, but I wasn't ready to wash it yet. I mean, it probably needed to be. It'd been a little while. Okay. Let's do the pencil color first. That's pretty easy. I usually do like a 1-to-1 of this yellow and that yellow. Which what is this? Ochre? Don't know how to say it. And a lemon yellow. I feel like everybody names them whatever. And you know, other than certain companies that like to own everything, most everybody in the normal world would just refer to it as whatever. So there's few artists I've seen out there that go out there and go on and on about all these. Oof, that might be a little excess. Anyway, all these various colors by name. Hey, what do I know? Maybe there's plenty of them out there. Let's see. Yeah, I like the other one better than this. This will do. See if you can. Oh, not without me touching it with my painted hands. Yeah, I need to get something, maybe a plastic cover or something wrapped around the rubber band. Like it's not quite right. Hmm, not bad. A little more yellow. It's almost like what the point? What's the point? Amount of difference. Yeah, I toned it down a bit. Don't know if, yeah. I mean, you can probably see that just a hair, but I don't know. Anyway. Even a roller looks so much better. That was had a roller for that. Woo, nice. I had some rollers, but then I had a group painting session, and some people used all of my brushes. Now I don't have brushes, but they were for my things, so I guess I can't. Getting done. That's near all the painting. What do we? Of course, that is the plan for today, right? Get all of the painting done. These are actually due tomorrow, so I may have an early stream, kind of gluing them, putting them together, but and then after that, I just seal them. So I don't know. I may glue them tonight, and then glue them, start sealing them or something, and then pop on long enough to show the finished product. I mean, nothing worse than seeing somebody do all this work and then, hey, I'm finished with it. Doesn't take any pictures. You guys can just deal with that. But no, no, no. I won't do that. I will. One way or another, we will see the finished product. Uh, that's only fair, right? You sat through and watched these videos, and then you get to the end just to not see what the assembled thing looks like. Did it actually look as good as the pictures? They look the same, different. What's going on? Now, some of it will be different, but my goal is to get it generally the same within good reason. One color to mix after this, I think. Maybe two. I don't think I could find another. Or lavender. What would that be? Like a pink and a purple mixed, right? Yeah, try that. much as I like doing this, I would like to get back to some game streaming. I know I played a little bit of PoE for those who aren't familiar with Path of Exile. You check it out on my channel as well. Um, but yeah, I do enjoy that. I think what we're going to end up doing is dedicating some time in the usually the morning hours. Dedicate that to crafts if I've got some jobs that are due, or if I'm just doing something for fun. And typically, I just do for business reasons. But I certainly don't mind sharing any personal artwork I work on. To do that. Okay, so those pieces of time. Oh, whoa, whoa! No dirt on it. You will know if you've got dirt on it. Right. I think that's good. Nice thick coats there. Cool. Let's see. Before we do this one, rinse up again because I'm going to use the tool to mix. Oh, yeah, shouldn't take but a moment though. Okay. Let's see, where are we at? Hour and 40 minutes. Okay. I think we can finish this up in, well, maybe not the next 20 minutes or so, but close. Okay. Let's see. believe it was these two for the basketball, and I believe I, at minimum, started off even. Probably thinking I have more of that to do than what I actually do. Right, let's see what the about 1-to-1 ratio gets us. This is that nice pumpkiny orange, which is pretty much basketball orange if you ask me. Let's make sure we get nice and mixed. We'd like to scoop it all to one spot. Let us thinned out like that. Have it. See, that's easier than what I make it look like, but I'm not good at mixing. Used to get somebody else to do it for me for the longest time, and I just didn't think I had the eye for it. But I guess I just need more faith in myself on that one. Okay, so now the basketball. Let's at least double check that. Yeah, I think that's pretty close. This one might be a little bit brighter. Whoop, whoop, there we go. I think this one might be a little bit brighter. This seems a little better. Yeah, looks good to me. It's weird. Felt hot for some reason. Just in my brain. That thing doesn't work right. Now you could go down and sand. I don't talk about it much, I guess, but see, over these, there's kind of smoke lines around the edges of these. Um, and I was talking about the other day different ways that I've told you can get that off of there, but I think really just go over it with a piece of sandpaper or lay down some sandpaper and just kind of scratch it off. Um, that just seems the easiest way. The alcohol doesn't seem to penetrate and mess up the board. I was worried about that myself, if anybody else is, but it doesn't seem to. I didn't get carried away with it, but the amount that I poured onto there, just a little bit before I immediately took my towel and started rubbing it off. It wasn't working for me, so uh, maybe I was doing something wrong, but I didn't see much result myself. Like I said, I found better ways to do it, at least better for me. Um, you know, either I just paint it more or just sandpaper it off. You know, uh, especially those applications where it really matters. And if if it matters at all, don't try to paint over it. I've seen some weird things happen with the paint where it just kind of seeps through later on. So that's weird, but it happens. Or not the sorry the like white paint. I saw some white paint on there, and then the next day I saw some yellowing around the edges, and I thought there was something wrong with the paint or something else. But what it ended up being is at a second glance, that's exactly everywhere it was doing that was exactly where the smoky lines were, and then nowhere else. So yeah, it was really just a case. Oh man, making a mess of this stuff being able to kind of leach its way through. Um, like I said, like here, a lot of it, if you look close enough at some of mine, I think you find it. Um, but having to look as hard as you do to find it, I'm not that worried about. The times that I do leave it. Um, any other time, like I said, I will for sure take the sandpaper to it. So, and if you saw, how I worked these other pieces here, the ones that are going to be staying, or they're going to stay that bare wood color. Um, they're not going to, uh, or yeah, it's just easier to sand those off. So I sanded off there. Sorry, getting a little lost in what I'm doing, trying to think of all the things I've got to take care of here. What order I should do it? I usually seal these as well. I'm trying to think. They've got to be delivered tomorrow. I'm not sure. I think tomorrow afternoon. So there are a few things I'd like to finish doing to them before that. I mean, of course, I've got to glue it, uh, but I want to seal it. And the sealing process for the specific type that I'm using at the moment, and for this project, that one will be, let's see, 3 to 4 hours work on the front side for application and drying, and 2 to 3 hours of work on the back side. The back side doesn't get as much because the front side's going to get a nicer kind of polish to it, I guess you say. Um, so it gets a little bit of an extra step before it's finished, but hence the extra hour. I usually stick with 4 layers of 4 coatings of the seal, and then maybe I'll pull that in at some point and show you which one I'm working. Some I found not just oil based, some just take a long time. I know it seems like every oil based one was almost guaranteed to have a long drying time, and that makes sense. And I think those are also more often the exterior ones, which also makes sense. They're going to be more water resistant, right, or weather resistant. And I think the oil helps them to attain that. So, uh, so yeah, I mean, if you get some external something you have to seal externally, just guarantee or go ahead and plan for extra time, unless you found some better quick drying stuff. That would be amazing. But anyway, yeah, I'll have to glue, seal, and do any touch ups with the marker. I would like to show some of the touch up process tomorrow as well, and I think I can get a lot of what I need to done without having to worry about that too much. So that I can show that as well as some gluing. So I can take a majority of what needs to go out and get a treatment on the back. I can go ahead and get that done, or I glue it, because like these pieces won't get a back treatment. Stay on won't have to mess with them, and it's really the amount really doesn't matter too much. You know, I have a couple of spray can and can, just a regular can with a liquid. The aerosol, I think is okay initially, although I don't really, environmental reasons, I don't really like using the aerosol if I don't have to. It's definitely quicker in the application. Prep time about the same. I mean, You have to shake both of them to some degree. I don't know if it specifically states it on the liquid version, but I believe. Well, no, you had to stir it. You had to stir it. So, so either way, you've got to do some kind of, you know, slight prep for it. So there's no avoiding that. But yeah, so it just kind of comes down to the environmental cost of aerosolizing a lot of things. Usually higher. The more waste involved. I mean, I'm not going to get as much out of a can. I started using it more and more, so it just, you know, cost I believe was cheaper, which is fantastic. I mean, it costs money to aerosolize stuff, so of course it's cheaper. That makes sense, right? Okay, I think that is all of the orange for the basketball. This is all done. That's done. This is something different. Okay. I believe we just have 2 stacks left to paint. Right. So we have the bright pink. Um, that's going to be a tricky one, I think. Male. I don't know. Maybe the red and the pink together. We'll see. And the pink and the purple together, maybe for that other one. Is that the last two? I think that's the last two. Yeah. All right. Let me rinse this off and see if I can. Yeah, see if we can knock that last bit off. Stepping on something sticky, but I don't. You ever do that? Feel like you're stepping on something that feels like it's sticky or spiky or whatever it is. You know, feel something, then you go to find it, and you just can't seem to find it. Stepping around on it, trying to do the thing again, and can't find it. Oh well. Let's see. That is this one. Don't need much. Not much. I didn't mean 9. I mean, that's gonna be fuchsia, right? A lot more like lavender at this point, right? You know, I'm actually surprised half the time where it's starting colors come out of mine. The reason I say that I'm confused, those words come out, is I don't remember learning any of these colors anymore. Not sure where that knowledge came from. I watched a little bit of Bob Ross. Who didn't? Maybe that was it. I don't know. There's no telling. There is no way of knowing. Okay, let's see. That's lavender. Some more pink in there. Getting there. Yeah, a little more pink. Of course, I don't know that the words I'm using are correct either. Is it fuchsia? Is it lavender? Is it opal? Teal? Or I don't know. I don't know. I know what some of those are. Opal, not really. It is opal. Gemstone. Right? Black? That's just onyx. Is there black opal? There's different colors opal, aren't there? I think there's different kinds of opal. I don't know. Will I look it up? Maybe. Not right now. Right now, I'm trying to mix paints to the best of my ability. Best of my ability. Character. What are they saying these days? If you know, you know. Know, you know. Well, just not as many people saying it. Okay. Come on, fuchsia. Ish. Lavender, I mean, it's still kind of lavender. I don't know. I'm not a color connoisseur. Is that a thing? I don't know. All right. sometimes I'm doing all this and I'm like, all right, so close to done, so close, and then I forget. I go, oh yeah, I gotta paint lettering and stuff on. Not as close to done as I'd like to think. Pretty good. Hmm. Okay. I think we've gotten all the painting done. Nice. Let's see. Oh, nope, no, no, nope, nope. Forgot the letters. That is a bright color. How do you do that? Out. Because white doesn't equal bright. Not at all. Many reasons. That it doesn't equal bright. So, how do you get something that vibrant that doesn't start off that vibrant? I did say I was going to try the red and the pink here. But I feel like it's going to kind of bring it. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Let me go wash this off. Okay. See how this goes. Up to a little too much paint out there on that side. That's okay. That might be it. Okay. Yeah. I think I like that. Okay. If I can make the equal amount over here. Shit. Roughly equal, right? Perfect. I don't think. Is it? Oh man, if it has to be perfect, nobody told me. We are in trouble. This is far from perfect. But, as I'm mixing this, it goes from something that looks like tasty I want to eat to something like, oh my god, did that come out of somebody? Doing surgery. Back into like, oh, it's kind of a tasty looking thing there again. What is that? Trying to just as thorough as possible mixing this. Otherwise, you just get streak mess, or you get some out of one spot that's darker and not another spot. That sort of thing. Okay. A lot more than I wanted, but should be plenty to do what I need. Right? That's all we want. At the end of the day, that's all we really want. Without having to go before. Okay. Okay. One coot. Okay. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. Yeah, it's so light that I let go of the thing. The paint sticks to the paint and then pulls it out of my hand. Well, I can't spit the words out. The words are sticking in my mouth and I can't spit them out. Right. I think that worked out nice. Straighten some of this up while I'm waiting for that to dry and see if I want to give it maybe coat. Pretty quiet one today. Not too many people in chat, so that's okay. It's okay. Some days you're gonna have those days, right? Oh, that's right. Piece over here that kind of broke. I don't even know if this is the same piece. Lost it. Let's see. Nope. 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 Okay. Well, while we're waiting for that, let's see. So this is basically what I'm talking about. I guess I'm going to show this now. If you can see, I can them without too much of a hassle. In would be good. All right. So you can see there, right on the edge. You know, you can see that it's kind of on over there. And a lot of places this is hidden. You don't really need to worry about it. Like this is on the bottom of this book here that you're really not ever going to see. But it does sharpen it up a little bit. And every little detail to me matters, and that seems to, like I said, it has that effect on it. But to me, and maybe it's just I'm a perfectionist, and I'm assuming that I see something. But anyway, just kind of come over, and I like, if this down into focus, you see it's got a rounded tip on it, and the other end has got a sharpened tip. But if you take this with the rounded tip and try not to put your hand in paint, and just kind of like let rest it on the edge, and then just go over it lightly. And if you got a nice thick spot like that, like I have here, I'm gonna go over that first to get your bearings before you come all the way up to the top. A lot of times the tip on my pen is kind of resting just on the edge there. So it shouldn't be able to really go over, but it should get everything that's on the edge. Okay, and sometimes you'll get, you'll be lucky and you won't have to go over it. lot of times it's gonna be one of those we're gonna have to go over it a couple times. Really get a good effect. See there, it's cleaned most of that up. This is really more of a shine that you're seeing here. If I move the shine out, you see it's black. So there you go, just like the edge, or just like the rest of the edge. So that'll blend in really nice. And yeah, I just got to go over all the edges there, clean them all up. And it may not come across on camera so much, but really kind of pops a little bit more because no matter what angle you come at it, it's got that solid black around there rather than the color kind of blending over it. So, or going over the edge there. Um, so yeah, gives it a more definitive edge. Maybe if you consider cheating, I don't know. I mean, it's not charred there like the rest of it. Painted. I painted a lot of it, so that counts, right? Painted this one specific area also. Yeah. So, and that's it. So, all the edges, so you get the shine out of the way here. And as it dries, that shine kind of goes away. But yeah, and that's it. So go around and do that to these edges and see if that does it. Okay, these should be dry. Get this last coat, just one more coat, one more, a little bit more. Here, okay, nice and bright. Yeah, yeah. I think this last coat's gonna help it. Dirt or something. No good. No, no good. Cool. That's it. I think we've done it. All right. Well, I think that's gonna be it for today. We've accomplished everything we set out to accomplish. Um, like I said, tomorrow, there's probably trying to hop on at least for an hour or so. Maybe do a little bit of gluing or something like that. Or maybe I'll have some of that done with one of the pieces. Do some of the other one so that you guys can see a finished product. Well, and you'll probably see these books painted by tomorrow too, because I won't want to deal with that on the last minute. So all these will need their white lettering touched up on there. So that'll probably get done this evening by my extra hands. So anyway, thank you everybody who wanted to who joined the live stream. Thank you for everybody who is watching this after the fact. I appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully we see you again sometime. Thank you.